Thai drunken beef. This is a perfect snack for a beer lover like me, and I bet you will like it too. Sawadee and welcome back for another episode of Cook Thai with Mumu. Today we'll be cooking drunken beef or Pad Khee Mao Nua. And the story goes for the origin of the name is that a group of friends were drinking and they want to have some snack and they look within their fridge and these are all the things they have. Well, honestly, I don't think normal people will have all these things in their fridge, but anyways, so they make this dish and it becomes a popular dish because it's spicy, it has all the herbs and it's a perfect snack for drinking. So this dish, you can make it as a base like what I'm doing today, or you can add noodles or even spaghetti. So all of these herbs and chilies are what define drunken beef. But if I really have to pick one that you cannot live without for this dish, is this one, finger roots. It is the strongest herbs of all of these things, and this is what really defines the dish if you ask me. So please focus on this and you can still somewhat call it drunken beef if you don't have other things. So let's start with the most basic things that we always have in Thai cooking, the garlic. So in this dish we will just be using 2 cloves and we just, as usual, just peel it and mince it. We will be using it to stir fry. Next is baby corn. I will only use 3 to 4 of these things. Cut into smaller pieces. I like to cut it by making an angle, turn and cut again. It will make it look nicer. Then you have this long green bean. So I'm gonna use 2 of these things. Cut it into about 1 inch chunks. This is totally optional. You can switch to other vegetable too. Okay, I'm gonna use 3 chilies here. This is, I think, what defines drunken beef too, because it has to be spicy. But if you cannot handle spiciness, then just don't use it. As usual, just mince it up. Then we're off for herbs. This is probably the hardest thing to find. I think I probably spent 2 weeks just finding this alone. If you cannot find it, then just don't use it. It provides very little flavor or fragrance into the dish. One thing to note is you want to use the ones that are still green in color. If it already turns black like this, it means it's already old and you just probably don't want to use it. If you can see this one, which is still green somewhat, you can just cut out the black parts. And I'll use 2 of these things, but because I trimmed it down, then I have 3 of these bunch. Then the kaffir lam leaves. For this one, I personally prefer to just tear it up a bit so that it releases more fragrance into the dish too. But you don't have to do it. And this is the most important herbs of the dish, is the finger root. And you probably can understand why it is called finger root. It looks kind of like fingers. This one I would just be using the finger parts. You don't use this part. What you do is you just cut out the longer roots. And then what you want to do is you want to make the long stripes. Thinly slice it along the length of the finger root first. Then turn it and slice it again. You will end up with all nicely cut sliver of the roots. Do this to the rest of the roots too. One last herbs. This is holy basil or kapao in Thai. You can also use sweet basil too, which is horapa in Thai. It both works. Some recipe calls for the other, some recipe calls for this one. So up to you. So I just need maybe 2 stems of this and we just pick out all of the leaves. Alright, so the last thing before we move into the kitchen is the beef. So I got the beef steak here. It is the chunk steak. It's just pretty cheap, but I like it because it has all the fat too. So what you want to do is you want to make it into small pieces. So I'm just gonna start cutting it in half here. Slice it to about 2 to 3 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch thickness. You should also cut against the grain. It will make it a lot more tender. Okay, let's start cooking. First start by heating up your wok. For any stir frying, you need very high temperature wok. Usually for my wok, I just wait until it's smoking like this. But if you're using any other Teflon wok, then just flick some water in. You'll see some water balls running. That means it's ready. Put in 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, then followed by garlic and chili. I accidentally dropped holy basil. Self note, separate them next time. Stir fry until garlic turns slightly golden, then put in the beef. Stir fry the beef until you don't noticeably see pink color, then you can put in baby corn and green beans. Stir to mix them a bit, then start putting in sauces. 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce, a bit less than 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and finally 3/4 teaspoon of sugar. Add 3 tablespoons of water to help the vegetable cook a bit. Give it a quick mix and then put in all the herbs except the holy basil. That will go in last. Stir fry it for about 1 minute for the herbs to release their flavor. Wow, it's starting to smell amazing now. The finger roots, as I said, is the strongest herbs and I'm smelling it now. Lastly, put in holy basil. You only need to stir fry it quickly until they are all wilted. We put it in last because with too much heat, it will turn black. As usual, don't forget to give a like and subscribe to my channel to get notification for my future videos. I'll see you next time. สวัสดีครับ